In this video, I want to talk about resources. That's why I'm wearing green, because when you're starting a business or you want to engage in any kind of enterprise, you need a little bit of resources, or as they say, a little bit of capital. But is capital just money, or are there other things that you need in order to get your business up and running? I want to discuss the different types of capital that I think are important that you should focus on, and not just the financial aspect. My name is Mwenesi, and you're watching Get Yours. So we all know anybody who's started a business or is looking to start a business or is thinking about making their side hustle their main hustle, the first thing that they always come up with, and the challenge or the excuse or the reason or the thing that is either going to hold you back or be that thing that you have to navigate right from the beginning, is capital. I need capital to start my business. I wish I had a little bit of capital injection. And most of the time when people talk about capital, they're referring to money. And I like to think that capital is not necessarily just money, but a host of other factors that will probably determine whether your business moves quickly, or you will have to move step by step as you're earning from the customers that your business is serving. I want to quickly touch on the 3 or 4 types of capital that I can think about, and maybe whoever's watching this can think about more, but for me, capital refers to the resources that you need to catalyze your business, to make it move at a much faster pace than you would have if you didn't have the capital or the resources. So when you have capital, it is much quicker to get to where you're going from a business success perspective than if you don't have capital. I mean, you can bootstrap, you can work by getting the customers, plowing the money back into the business and working that way and growing from the ground up. And I really encourage that because I have done that myself. But when you have that capital injection, it really does help move things forward much quicker. And it's not just money, although I will start by saying money is important. I've made reference to this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, in many of my videos, and I want to encourage anybody who's watching this to go and please read that book. It really is a good baseline to help people appreciate how to manage their money, how to cut their money into chunks so that you can have the money which will work for you, because ideally that's what money should do. Money should be working for you. As much as you're earning, if you earn 10 shillings, for example, cut it up into 10 equal parts. 2 of those parts, make sure that those are your business components. Those are the ones that you need to use for your business. You're more than welcome to live off the 7 parts, and then the 1, you put it aside either as a saving or as an investment or something else which will come in the future. That is the one that you don't touch at all. I don't want to go into too much detail, but if you can, read the book. It's a short book, it's brilliant, and it really explains on how best you can manage your money so that money actually works for you and you don't go working for money. So once we've talked about the financial capital, the next kind of capital that I like to really highlight is time. Because if you do not have the time to put into your business, to put into the foundations of your business, to do the running around right from the beginning, then it won't matter how much money you have. It won't matter how much access to people that you have. If you do not have the necessary time to put into the work, then you will find yourself playing catch up and having to push deadlines, not being able to meet with customers, not being able to meet with stakeholders, suppliers, whatever it is that your business requires, regulations, registrations, whatever it is. Time is an important component. So don't take time, don't say, I have this money, I want to put it into this business. If you do not have the time to actually make that business work and put those resources together, forget about it, right? So focus on making sure that you have enough time to put into the business. Most people try and say, okay, you know what, if I'm doing my side, I have a main job or a main hustle and I want my business to become my side hustle to become my business, it's now going to be a question of shifting my time so that as I'm now transitioning into my side hustle to make it my main hustle, I'm moving time that I would spend on my job into that aspect. If you cannot do that, then chances are your business is going to struggle and you cannot remote control it no matter how hard you try. The third aspect of resource or capital that I like to think about is your social capital. Your social capital comprises a bunch of things. It comprises your personal brand, how people think about you when you're not in the room. It comprises how you communicate to people. It comprises your network. It comprises the perception that you have in the market, in the industry, in the society that you're in. Because believe me, if you have a good perception, if you can communicate effectively, if you can weave the thread through the networks that are in your existence, your chances of getting both of these things, the time and the money, will be much higher than if you don't have your social capital. I know a lot of people, and they're examples in history, time immemorial. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in Islam is a really good example of that, where you don't necessarily have to be wealthy or have the money yourself, but if you have a network of people who are very wealthy, who have access to opportunity, who have access to different people, who can open doors for you, then you don't necessarily have to do all of that work yourself to get those customers, to get that money, to get those clients, but you can leverage on your networks, you can leverage on your social capital. But you need to be able to communicate to them effectively so that they can in turn do for you what you want them to do for you. All right? It's all about value exchange. The aspect of social capital is, what are you giving your social capital in return? What are you giving your networks in return? What are you trading with your networks in order for them to meet you where you need them to meet you to help take your business to the next level? So I want to pause there, because there's so much that I can unpack in terms of these three types of resources, but anytime someone is thinking about starting a business or doing something that is your side hustle and you want to make it your main hustle, consider that money is not the only thing, but indeed you need these other two resources, which is time and your social capital. And if you have those ingredients, I'm quite sure that your chances of hitting the success milestone in your business will be much, much higher. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep sharing, keep subscribing. I like the feedback that I'm getting from the guys, from you guys, since we've started being back on Get Yours. If there's anything that you want to engage me on, you can DM me, you can send me an email. Remember, all I want you to do is get yours.